Hi. My last video, I talked about the situation that's going on with David Hogg. I'm really upset about these sponsors who have decided to end their advertisement for the Laura Ingraham show. I'm really getting tired of being bullied as a Republican, a conservative, a Christian. It's really getting tiresome that the media has a heyday with us and can treat us so badly. But when we speak the truth and we come out with facts, we are then punished for it. And we're called all these horrible names. And a lot of people's livelihoods are destroyed. Their careers are destroyed. Over one person, or maybe two, or three. But that's a really small number. That is a terrible thing to do. And this young boy is bullying America. And I'm not going to stand for it. As someone who has been bullied pretty much all my life, I am not, at 50 years old, going to let an 18-year-old irresponsible, volatile, vulgar child bully me and bully the things and the products that I like. I want to tell you something. I just started watching Hulu, and it has become one of my go-to streaming channels. I was really disappointed to hear that they were one of the sponsors that stopped sponsoring Laura Ingraham. Because for me, when I find out that these companies do that, it's very hard for me to continue supporting them. And this is not something I want to do because one of my absolute favorite shows is on Hulu right now. And I don't want to have to end my service with Hulu because Hulu has decided to become biased and prejudiced. I really wish that a lot of these companies would stay out of it. Now, there are instances where I truly believe that some shows have pushed it way too far and really should be punished for the things that they've said and done. However, pulling the sponsorship isn't one of them. They need to lose their jobs. But that's not happening because we live in a world today where that kind of behavior is being applauded. It's being hailed as a victory, and people like when other people talk badly about each other. And yet we live in an anti-bullying society where we have all these anti-bullying campaigns going on, and yet the world has become more bullied than ever. And not just in the schoolyard, but everywhere. People in everyday life are being bullied and manipulated and mistreated and having their lives ruined over one or two people who just feel the need to be mean. Well, I'm tired of it. I think it's time that the people who do these things should be suffering the consequences, not the American people. Now, Laura Ingraham, I don't disagree. I don't agree with what she said. I'm neutral. The thing is she presented a fact about the kid, and he didn't like what was said, so he retaliated by tweeting that everyone should call these sponsors and tell them not to advertise on her show anymore. Well, that's a shame because she did apologize and he rejected that apology. And I would think as a sponsor that you would see that Laura Ingraham did exactly what she should have because she's a grown adult doing the right thing. He asked for an apology and she gave it. But the American people have asked for an apology from him and we have not received it. So I would start considering the source, Sleep Number, AT&T, who is my phone provider, and I will switch if you do not put your sponsorship back on. Nutrish, Allstate and Esurance, Bayer, Rocket Mortgage, Liberty Mutual, Arby's, TripAdvisor, Nestle, Hulu, Wayfair. So I suggest you pick a number 1 through 12. And I suggest that you call all of these, that you contact all of these. I am actually going to provide a link in my description with David Hogg's tweet with all of the sponsorships that he listed 1 through 12. And I'm going to ask you to contact them and tell them to not be bullied by a child, that the American people are speaking out against this bully, and we demand an apology from him. And we also demand an apology from these companies who are being completely politically biased instead of being neutral. I would like to see companies being more neutral. I don't want to see gay Oreos. I don't want to see gay Doritos. I don't. I would like you to be neutral, because we don't have heterosexual Oreos. Okay, so we need to stop this. Businesses need to stop taking sides, because you're going to lose business. And Hulu, I love you, but you need to rethink this situation, because I will end my service with you. And I will have to find a different way to watch the shows that I like. And I will. And I'll go and buy them from Amazon. I will. So here's the thing. You can take, and I'm going to put a link in my description to David Hogg's tweet to contact. It will have links in it that you can tweet to these companies to tell them how you feel about this, and that you want them to stop being biased, and that you want them to remain neutral, and that you would like David Hogg to apologize to the American people that he has insulted and has been vulgar to. I mean, this isn't just, him ruining someone's lives. He has insulted us. He has called us names. He has belittled us. He has filled the American people, filled their heads with bubbles that are going to burst very soon, because his facts are not right, his information is wrong, and he's acting like a bully. And America, any of you older than 20 years old should not be letting this 18-year-old child bully you. Okay? So let's stop this kid from bullying us. I am tired of being bullied by the left, but I'm surely not going to be bullied by an 18-year-old kid who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. So I have written a letter, and if you want to use this letter, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to post it on this video. I'm actually going to just post the whole thing right at the end of this video, and I am going to put all the sponsors' names in the Dear Sponsor. I'm going to put their names there. If you agree with this, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to put your name in the comments below as your signature towards these companies. I'm also going to put it in the description, all the company names, and I'm going to put this on Twitter, and this will be on YouTube, so that these sponsors know that we are not going to deal with this kind of bullying. We are not going to be bullied by this kid. Okay? So this is what the letter says, and I'm going to read it to you, and then it will be posted at the end of this video. Dear XX, and I'm going to put the sponsors in it. Sponsors of the Laura Ingraham program. Now I'm going to be looking off to the side so I can read my letter. We the people will not be bullied by a schoolboy who is highly misinformed on the subject in which he claims to now be an expert in. By dropping your sponsorship merely for speaking the truth about this young boy, You show a lack of responsibility for anyone who speaks out against the wrongs done to those on the other side of this topic. Some of us who will sign this letter are not gun fanatics. We are not part of the NRA, and we may not even like guns. We just believe that we have freedom of speech, just as young David Hogg has. He has spoken irresponsibly towards anyone who disagrees with him. He has used vulgar and discriminating language towards politicians, Republicans in general, and anyone who proves him to be misleading. I believe that these young people have every right to stand up and fight for what they believe in. However, in the same sense, if they care for anyone to listen, especially those of us on the other side of this issue, then maybe they should stop insulting half of America. We stand behind anyone and everyone who speaks the truth, even if it hurts. We believe that your sponsorship towards truth should always be unbiased and responsible. Ms. Ingraham spoke the truth, and while it may have been a low blow, it was nothing more than any liberal talking head would have said about Dana Loesch, Ted Nugent, Marco Rubio, or even our President of the United States, Donald Trump. If you feel you need to pull your sponsorship from Laura Ingraham's program, then we also ask that you begin to pull all your sponsorship that insults the rest of America. ABC, ABC Family, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, etc. You get the point. We conservatives, Republicans, and Christians have been at the butt of everyone's jokes on shows such as The View, Will and Grace, SNL, and late talk show hosts like Jimmy Kimmel. We have been told our views, our opinions, our beliefs simply don't matter, or are somehow racist or prejudiced. We have been told by these people that they don't care if we watch them or not, because they hate us so much and care so little for our viewership anyway. Yet we find that these very shows and channels are only spreading more hate and division within our country while pushing the blame on those who aren't even in this fight. We are demanding that if you choose to continue pulling sponsorship from conservative programs, that you begin to look closer at who you are truly sponsoring and the hate they are encouraging, and consider pulling sponsorship from them as well. If you're truly fair, you will find you cannot and will not please everyone, and you will no longer be able to advertise with anyone. However, in the process, you will begin to lose support from those you have been prejudiced against, and I will remind you that is nearly half of this country. I hope you reconsider pulling your sponsorship and stay neutral on matters of fact. Now, if you agree with this letter, again, I'm going to post it at the very end, and your name in the comment box below will show that you are supporting this letter. And once we get a lot of signatures, we will then begin to send it. We'll begin to share this video with all of the sponsorships that I mentioned. It's time for us to stand up against these bullies that have been bullying us for far too long. It is time to stop this hate. It is time to stop ruining people's lives just because of what they believe in or what they stand for. It is time that we stop letting the people in the media dictate who gets favored and who does not. It is time that these companies know that we hold the power of our purchase, not them. They do not have power over us. We have power over them, and it's time for us to speak out against them. I hope that you will join me in this cause. This is a real anti-bullying campaign. I am so grateful that you came to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to continue watching and don't forget to subscribe.